On today's show, Tyler the Creator brings us the greatest show on earth. We get the return of the one and only Earl, the hooded sweater, or whatever his name is. And not all heroes wear capes, but in Young Metro, we do trust. This is As We Proceed, and I am Feliciano Segundo.
I'm Chris Maitland, and this is the podcast that 4 out of 5 dentists do not recommend you listen to.
Absolutely not. Ladies
and
gentlemen.
But that 5th dentist fucking loves it.
Especially if you ate all your Halloween candy and went to go see him the next morning. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
We gave them all the candy, that's the problem.
We sure did, yeah.
Nothing but mounds for everybody.
Nothing but sweet takes. All right.
Oh, yeah.
We got a couple of stories we want to kind of break on today. But first of all, I mean, I'm not sure if this really goes without saying, but rest in peace to Stan Lee. That has nothing to do with our podcast, just a personal note. Wanted to say rest in peace to Stan Lee, someone that meant a lot to me and I know a lot of other people. And it's also kind of, I think you can kind of call it breaking news if you want to go on the limb.
It was yesterday.
Happened yesterday.
Yes, relative breaking.
We don't typically get breaking news.
He'll
like
be
that.
missed, but at 95 years old, he lived a good life.
He lived an amazing life.
And hopefully his last couple cameos are as equally good as the first 45 he had.
Exactly.
There you
go. Yeah, our first story, Chris. Do you want to go ahead and take that one away, or what do you want to do?
I have one quick question to ask you, just because I'm not going to go into the whole story, but just I had this thought and I figured it'd be a fun little mini.
Let it shoot.
Little mini topic to start the show off.
Well, you got a haircut.
I did get a haircut a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's very exciting stuff.
All right, go for it.
I also shaved for once before I came on the air.
Oh my God! I just noticed that.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
No mustache. Yay. So this is a quick question. So Chief Keef did a trio. He performed a few of his songs with an orchestra like Migos.
Oh my goodness, that was so awesome.
It was fucking fantastic, and I love that
Trap
shit.
Symphony.
No, so do I. And I'm saying, so this is a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Is what artist would you want to see perform with a live orchestra
Symphony?
next? Yes, with a live orchestra next.
Oh, all right. Oh, that's tough. All right. So personally, I think because I've already kind of had the answer in my head for a while because I remember when I saw for those of you guys that don't know, Trap Symphony is a video series on YouTube in which they take a live orchestra and have a rapper come in and perform with them.
Yeah.
And it blends so well.
It's insane. It first gained like serious notoriety when Migos did it a couple years ago.
They did like Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana was the one that went kind of like semi-viral. It was Hannah Montana one time, and then I don't remember the third time.
Right, and then they brought on...
No, it was Handsome and Wealthy.
Oh, Handsome and Wealthy, yeah. And then they brought on A Boogie, and A Boogie performed Drowning, which I was like, this is like melodic in ways that I don't understand because I didn't really like that song, Drowning, but now it's like, I need that. Only Trap Symphony will... Yeah, that's the only time I'll listen to
Chief Keef did it last week.
But as far as the only artist who I would love to see on Trap Symphony, Drake is the one that I want to see because there's a couple of songs in which he has like the violin and I would love to hear that live. Now, I've never been to a live Drake show, obviously, but like I would love to hear him rap and have that whole orchestra, that whole orchestra in the background performing. And these are my two picks. The first one is going to be Over because. It has like the violin string section, and then also Big Rings because Big Rings was on the Future album, and those drums are they're so good. And I actually had to look up after I saw the Trap Symphony video. I had to look up an artist named Matt McGuire, I think his name is. He does like drum covers. Shout out to Matt McGuire, man, because he did a cover of Big Rings, and I was like, just all drums. It was fantastic.
Now, see, for me personally, I want one artist, and specifically only for one song. Well, I mean, if you were to ask me for an artist, I'd say it would be Future because he's done this shit with Beethoven. So why don't you just perform nothing but songs from the 2 Beast Mode albums with a live orchestra? Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. But if I was to ask for one song and one song only, it would be Patty Cake by Kodak Black because that song has like a nursery rhyme beat to it almost. Like it literally sounds like something for children. And I think just hearing that on like violins and shit would be delightful.
Yo, that would be dope.
Now could Kodak perform it coherently? Probably not. No. Probably not. I mean,
probably crashed in one of the cymbals.
I know a couple people that saw him live. A couple of friends of mine saw him live on his tour around this time last year, and they said he literally just danced along to his songs. He didn't even attempt to like lip sync. He just kind of danced.
Yeah, okay.
Which sounds about right.
That sounds exactly like what he would do.
So if Kodak could just like, just dance while people perform, while the orchestra play Patty Cake, that'd be cool.
You know what would be cool? Another one is because now that you have A$AP Ferg behind you, I was thinking that song New Level with Future.
That'd be cool.
I'm on a new level because I could hear the horn
That's actually
section
funny you mentioned that album. It's the song Lord specifically with Bone Thugs and Harmony on it. I think off that record would be fucking awesome just because of the way the beat goes.
Interesting.
So yes. So that's just a little embrace debate question for the
we can go ahead and throw it out to the audience. I mean, if there's who would you like to see do Trap Symphony if you're familiar with that series, let us know. You can comment it down below. We'll do all that good stuff.
Yep.
Good question.
So yes, moving on to the news now.
News, ladies and gentlemen. So this was a festival that I was actually looking forward to.
Yes, Camp Flog Gnaw out in LA. Yes, you tried to. You did ask me if I could go. I said no because I'm poor. I've also seen. I've also, to be fair, but you also work for the airlines. You could at least fly there for free. No, but it would obviously still be expensive. But you would have a big thing saved.
Yeah. So we had a myriad of performances. Hampton brought out Jaden Smith, Kids See Ghost, ASAP Rocky, Miss Lauryn Hill. I mean, you name it. Rex Orange
Playboy
County.
Cardi.
Do you listen to Rex Orange County?
Do not.
No? Okay.
Playboy Cardi played.
Cardi.
Callie Uchis, who I just saw a few weeks ago. She was in Boston. She was fucking incredible. So a bunch of other artists over the course of 2 days. Big festival. I mean, great fucking lineup.
Yeah, and also a lot of weird takeaways, I find. Like, a lot of weird stuff happened at the show. For instance, like, Pusha T performed, and for some reason they had, like, the words "fuck Drake" in the background, and he
denied it. Yeah,
he denied it, which it was kind of weird to me. Like, I kind of see, I don't know, what do you make of that?
I mean, he won't let it go.
I mean, that's what it is. He let it go.
He won't let it go. I mean, to be completely honest, this is.
But he's denying it. So wouldn't that mean he's trying to let it go?
Because he's Pusha T. Why the hell is he? He's not going to accept
That's
it.
incredibly incredibly different. That's
look what he's done this year. He spent 2018 for Pusha T. Yeah, Daytona was cool and all, but let's get real here. Story of Adalon was the big story for him this year. Adadon, whatever the fuck.
Correction. No, but that's what I'm saying is, like, I would assume that he would be all in for this and take full credit.
Exactly. This Drake beef has literally defined his year. Hell, it's probably defined the last 15 years of his career, to be honest.
No, I don't think so.
If you look at there were probably plenty of people who had no fucking idea who Pusha T was.
That's not a detriment to Pusha T's career.
No, it's not. But I'm saying this beef has been the most notoriety he's gained in a long time.
Maybe 2-3 years.
But you can't tell. There's been a lot of people that have been introduced to Pusha T through this beef.
Sure, why not? But I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna go on a limb and, like you said, and say that that's like the most relevant thing he's done.
Fair. No, I'm saying the biggest thing from like a.
But anyway, it's apples to oranges. But yeah.
But I'm kind of confused why you deny it too, because it sounds like something he would do considering the attacks he's levied on Drake this year.
That's why I'm like, what do you make? When I asked you what you make of it, you're like fully, like, you believe his. Do you believe him? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't believe him.
Oh, okay. I was confused for a second. I'm like, why do you believe that? That's incredibly contrary to what he's done. I think it's just him like thinking like maybe just trying to save face. I don't know, in a weird way.
Because
I don't see why he would want to.
Drake has tried to bury it. He's just moved past it, and I think maybe that's why he said like no, I don't want to continue this. But then you go out and put "fuck Drake" behind you, like you're like you want to continue this.
Yeah, I'm gonna lie. I'm honestly, I'll be honest with you. I think he's kind of this. In like, I know we have different opinions on who won this beef, but I personally feel like it's a little. We got to put a little asterisk on that W now. I feel like because it's like why would you go ahead and now like do this entire like smear campaign against one of the biggest artists of the generation and then go on stage and you know it's going to be filmed in front of everybody at Dodger Stadium.
It's particularly odd if you believe the narrative that Kanye was the one who told Pusha about it in the first place.
Exactly.
And Kanye also appeared on this festival.
So what, did Kanye do this? Did Kanye
No, but I'm saying it seems like a particularly baffling move if Kanye tried to distance himself from this.
No.
Drake has
moved the hell
has
on.
moved on.
He's on his next album.
Yeah.
Apparently. Sources say. But yeah, anyway.
Very confusing.
Not the only story to come out.
No, I'd say that's probably of the three notable stories that came out of this, probably the smallest.
What were the other ones?
Well, the other one, it depends on what you want to talk about. Well, the big from a pure musical standpoint, the big story of the weekend was Kids See Ghost made their inaugural performance.
No, they've performed before.
Yeah, but it was their first full set. Apparently, they had done a single song or whatever. I wasn't aware. I don't know what the hell they had done prior, but this was their big. This was their big debut for a headlining set.
Right.
Well, they made. I don't know if you heard this, but they so there was some controversy and some blowback for this because they Lorde went on the IG last night and said like, "Yo, you guys stole my stage design," which they did.
Oh, they did?
I pulled up from her Coachella set last year, and I literally pulled it up. The only difference was that that she wasn't in the box herself, and like she had like backup dancers and people like acting out the lyrics to her songs essentially in the box.
Yeah. So where was she?
She was in the front of the stage.
That's not stealing her stage set.
No, the box was exactly the same. However, I'm not gonna say like, oh, yo, you stole. I mean, like, you know how many people have had fucking boxes and shit?
You just said that they stole.
No, they did steal it. No, they blatantly modeled it. The only difference was that theirs was suspended from the top of the stage, and hers was on like a platform.
So now, okay, but she's not the only person that
No, but it was eerily similar. The only thing is, however, like,
which one is it? Was it eerily similar, or did
it was eerily similar?
Or did they steal it from her? Okay,
I'm saying her accusations have some credence.
All right,
the only thing is that if I saw A$AP Rocky 3 years ago, and he had like a 2-tower box-like structure. So technically, maybe they stole from him.
Sure, why not?
A$AP just put another level on it.
I guess I don't really care, honestly.
No, it's stupid as hell. But I'm just saying it was a funny story.
I mean, it does tie into the narrative that Kanye doesn't.
It was a funny story. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
Kanye doesn't do anything original anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the lack of inspiration is definitely there. Cuddy's. I mean, like prior to this album, people wanted Cuddy to retire from music. I mean, so yeah. I mean, Speed and Bullet to Heaven era Cuddy. I mean, that wasn't that long ago.
Let's not go there. What's the other story? What's the other story? Is it the Jaden Smith?
Yes, it is Jaden Smith.
Yeah, Jaden Smith, man. Goes on stage. Not only did he perform with Brockhampton, did his verse on New Orleans. He did. Yeah, we actually have a photo of it right there.
But he also played separately.
Yeah, I think he also played separately.
So this news story came out of his solo set.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, obviously, because he was standing there by himself and talking for a long time, so I figured he wouldn't just do that from Brockhampton's set.
I would hope
also,
not.
Also, Brockhampton has 42 members, and there was only one person on the stage that was illuminated, and it was him.
Exactly. But the main takeaway from that story is that Mr. Jaden Smith went on the good old stage and told everyone that Tyler, the Creator, is his boyfriend.
He did. Tyler was in the crowd and was like laughing him off.
Yeah, pretty much laughing at him. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, it's a little weird, awkward. I'd say not obviously not because of the whole homosexual undertone or whatever, but just because like it kind of sounds like a love unrequited. Even I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think it's just something to say. James Smith was laughing when he said it, and Tyler was like, "Oh, you."
Yeah, but
it was just some shit you say at a concert to get the crowd hyped.
I mean, I don't know. James Smith's pretty vulnerable, man. What if James Smith was confessing his love out there, and Tyler Creator just wanted nothing of it?
No,
you don't think so?
No,
I don't know.
No, I don't buy that for a second because they're apparently they've been close friends for a while now.
Of course, yeah.
And it was Tyler's festival, so I'm sure Jaden was like, "Oh, yo, you gave me this great spot on your festival."
You know who must feel really bad about all this is Kevin Abstract, because like
sure
he didn't get any of this love. He's not.
Maybe he's not interested in Tyler.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Jaden.
I mean, who knows?
Who knows? Well, we'll have to ask him next time we talk to him.
Exactly.
But but the thing is like, have Jaden and Tyler actually collaborated together? I
don't know.
Yeah, so
I don't even know.
No, so I don't know if they're like that like because you can't really say like obviously Jaden Smith has been making music for a little bit now. Obviously he's Will Smith's son, so clearly he had one foot in the industry already.
It's a big foot.
Big foot.
When your dad remixes your biggest single,
I mean your dad made Millennium, so I mean you're born to be a musician.
Prada, Lada, bag with a Lada, stuff in it. Take it for a friend, let's spin. Yeah.
There you go. But I don't know. It just seems like a publicity stunt. It doesn't seem to me like I know that obviously Tyler he has not come out officially. He alluded to at least his.
What do you mean? He did come out.
He alluded. No, He alluded to it heavily on Flower Boy. I mean, sure. I believe at the very least he is because he alluded to being bisexual.
If you say so. I mean,
he didn't definitively say it, and Jaden Smith has said he's gender fluid in the past.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible.
I definitely think
I'm not ruling out a relationship.
I think this would be probably a pretty huge deal if it came out that they were a couple.
It would be an absolutely huge deal.
One of the biggest things in hip hop.
Yeah, absolutely, because there's never been a case while there is now rappers that are in the LGBT community. There is not two mainstream rappers that have never dated each other.
Yeah,
that's not something that's happened.
Male mainstream rappers more likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's great.
It would absolutely be a watershed moment for the genre if it occurred, but I think it was simply a publicity stunt for Tyler's festival. Orchestrated. I think it was.
And had everybody talking for social media.
Sure, and I honestly don't think it was Tyler was orchestrated. I think it was entirely Jaden Smith.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he spurned that on him like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and it was hilarious.
No. When Tyler responded to that tweet with.
Oh yeah, do you want to tell us what he said? Go ahead, word for word.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll be sure to do that. He said, racial slur that everybody knows. You crazy.
Which one? Which expletive was it? Was it the one that might start with an N? I'm just kidding. I want to just go on.
No, he was.
Please don't say the N word on our show. Moving on to our next.
What a message to put out there. That's a real bold thing. Real bold stance.
Moving on to our next story. Speaking of OF, Odd Future, man, another Odd Future alum, Mr. Earl Sweatshirt, is back with a brand new song called Nowhere to Go.
Yes, this is the first piece of music Earl's put out in 3 years. Solo piece of music he's put out in 3 years. He showed up on Danny Brown's album 2 years ago.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on in that image, but what did we think
of this? I don't know. So Earl. It was teased on Vince Staples' album FM, which came out like 10 days ago.
It was the same one that was on the interlude.
Yeah. So the interlude. So they teased the track. Earl came out and said like he's been like last year's been really hard for him with depression and whatnot.
His best friend just died.
Yeah, his best friend just died.
Yep.
So then he puts out this song, Nowhere to Go. And it's a song. Let me tell you, it's a song. Well, all right. So how do you feel? Because obviously you have a much more favorable opinion of Earl Sweatshirt than I do. So
I liked it, honestly. I think this is the Earl Sweatshirt that we need personally because his first couple albums, Doris and I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside, I think is the title, the full title.
So you're talking the post Samoa albums.
Yes. Yeah, post Samoa.
Yes,
I love that. Post Samoa and Earl.
Because Earl came out when he was like 15, and then he his mother sent him to Samoa.
I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the Earl album. I'm talking about
but when he came back as a grown as an adult, I'll say when he was like 18, he was a completely different artist. Yeah. He's younger than me, so I'm not. I'm not
what I was gonna say. I didn't really like those albums much. I mean, I'll take a couple different cuts off of there every once in a while and listen to them, but for the most part, I found those albums very skippable. But this sounds like an Earl Sweatshirt that's like ready for like the big leagues, if you ask me. I remember when I first heard it on the FM album, I was like, man, what is this new Earl Sweatshirt that's like being featured on? I want to hear the entire version, and I was afraid that he wasn't going to release it. So this was a very nice surprise.
It came along pretty quickly because the Vince album came out on the 2nd, and it was about 5 days later this dropped.
Right. But so, I was afraid it wasn't going to come out.
Yeah. So see, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think it was not going to come out. I thought it was. That's why I thought it would be a situation where like they teased it and then it would come out like 8 months from now. It would be like where we were talking about when not like on the DJ Khaled album, like new Nas album coming soon, and the album showed up a year later. I figured it'd be something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. But what did you think when you heard it?
I was confused because Earl is an artist that in the post Samoa years, I think that he's a great lyricist, but I think that his production is just terrible, and I think his production's like completely flat, and his delivery is just like disengaged. Like to me, Earl Sweatshirt since the Earl album, he just seems like he doesn't want to make music. Mm-hmm. Like he seems like he's doing it just because he's obligated to.
I can see where you get that.
He's obligated to, and his delivery is very lackadaisical. And I was impressed when he did on the Danny Brown album on Really Know. I thought he did put a great verse out.
I forgot about that.
Regardless, I'm using this as a roundabout way to say I'm very conflicted about how I feel about Earl Sweatshirt, and this song didn't change anything.
Wow. Okay, so you're conflicted?
All right, so I've listened to the song 3 times, and every time, like when it starts, I think it's gonna be like, wow, I'm gonna really love this because like it has like a very distinct, bizarre like glitch hop beat, and glitch hop's something I'm very much about. So I'm like, all right, this is gonna be like crazy, like this is just gonna like go on, like Earl's gonna pop up. No. It's just Earl with the same fucking like disengaged delivery behind a glitch hop beat that gets less intense as it goes on.
But I like that it tapers off towards the end.
Yeah, it's an interesting approach. Like I think the approach of the song is fundamentally unique and interesting, but it just left me indifferent.
Man. Earl was spitting bars on that song, though.
No. The lyrics, again, the kid could write. The kid, honestly, he's one of the better lyricists in the fucking business. He's one of the very few artists now that Earl I can point to.
Don't be sleeping on Earl Sweatshirt, man.
He's an excellent lyricist, which makes me feel bad because even though I've said a million times on this program that lyrics are the least important part of the equation to me, Earl is one of the few guys that I'm like, I have to tip my cap to him. Like, he's a legitimately excellent lyricist. He's a very bright kid. It's just everything else about him is just completely like makes me shrug my fucking shoulders. Fair and this enough. Song didn't change it, and hopefully the album will be different. I'll still listen to it. I mean, like I've listened to everything he's put out. This isn't going to change.
Do you feel like the rest of the album's going to sound like this?
Beats me. I don't know, but we'll see. I will say I will be more intrigued in the album, particularly considering how minimalist I Don't Do Shit, I Don't Go Outside was. I'd be intrigued to see him put an entire album with like glitch hop beats on.
That'd be amazing.
It'd be a very interesting departure for him.
Yeah.
Because like Doris had that like just like that abstract vibe, which this does too, but like that was more like a mellow abstract vibe. If he did like the aggressive abstract vibe, it could lead to something interesting.
Right. Right.
Maybe he's gonna make a horrorcore album.
Oh
that's
man,
gonna be a twist.
that's the last thing I want. Just like hops in and like everyone on Strange Music's label just coming in and doing all these crazy.
I haven't heard anything from Earl in quite some time, but I can tell you when Odd Future first blew up and like I first became aware of them.
Yeah.
Earl was fucking remarkable.
Yeah.
I loved that shit so goddamn much.
I wasn't as big of a fan, but I see what you mean. He had a lot of momentum.
There was just something because it was he did the same like immature like shit that Tyler and them did.
It was just
it was very much like you could tell
personality.
Yeah. That's fair enough. But Earl, I thought I always thought Earl in those days was like the better rapper of the bunch, the best rapper of the bunch, and like songs like Earl itself. Mm-hmm. And like a lot, I thought were really fucking good and like really raw and interesting. So
okay, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I miss immature Earl Sweatshirt. I think that's my problem.
Yeah, that's probably. I think that's probably
my inner 19-year-old is just really clamoring for more hardcore Earl
Sweatshirt. Well, we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to our.
It's not gonna happen.
We don't know.
No, come on.
Yeah, we have no idea.
That would be like the fucking Shyamalan
Every artist
twist.
goes through that thing where it's like, okay, this is the album where I'm going to go back to my roots, right? We see it with almost every artist. They're like, they put a couple albums out where it's like them trying to start a new direction, and then like a couple albums later towards the end of their career or towards the middle of career. We don't know at what stage Earl's at right now, obviously, because we can't tell the future.
I don't think Earl is old enough to pull a stunt like that. I think that's more like a...
He absolutely is. He can do whatever the hell he wants.
Of course, but I'm saying like I don't think he's put enough records out that have gone like poorly for him to be like no, because that's a move. To me, that's a move where like you think you're losing the critics, you're losing the fans, and you're like, well, might as well go back to what worked back in the day. I don't think Earl's gonna pull that stunt because his albums have progressively gotten better reviewed and have gotten a better reception from people as he's gone along.
Well, but I do think that it's not necessarily about how much content you've put out, but how many years have gone by since you've gone to that stage.
It's been a really long time. It would be a surprise if Tyler went back to that too, particularly after Flower Boy.
Yeah, it would be a really big surprise.
Exactly. I would be completely fucking flabbergasted.
Me too.
If Earl went back to Earl era, I would be completely fucking stunned.
Right.
I'd welcome it, but I'd be fucking stunned.
You'd be very stunned. Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to our album review.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So a couple of months ago on this show, we reported that Metro Boomin was supposedly going to retire.
He hinted at his retirement.
And he posted this really long thing on Instagram, and it was like, yeah, I'm done with music, which I mean,
he said really? Former, I think it was like former record producer. No, the only thing was he deleted his entire Instagram, and then his bio just became like retired record producer, like former record producer.
Right, and I don't know if anyone really bought it. It was just kind of felt like one of those things. I think it was just kind of a spur in the moment. I think he just kind of felt maybe he felt burnt out at the moment and didn't want to do music.
Or he was ramping up production on this bad boy.
Sure, why not?
His
seems pretty stupid, but now we have this debut album.
Which just yesterday the Billboard charts came out.
Number one. Yeah, number one album. Yeah,
which I can't,
Metro Boomin.
Can you think of another time where a producer had the number one album? A hip hop producer.
I don't go that far.
I can't.
You can?
I can. I cannot.
Oh, okay, all right.
So
you seem very excited by that statistic.
Moment.
Are you happy for this?
Of course I'm happy for it.
Okay.
Of course I'm happy for it because you heard on this again referring to that back to that segment.
Yeah.
No. But back to that segment you were just referring to.
What?
I was very sad about Metro Boomin departing the industry. The prospect of Metro.
Are you serious right now?
Oh yeah.
You really believe that he was like retiring from music?
No. I'm not saying I didn't believe it. I'm saying the prospect of him retiring, like I couldn't handle it emotionally.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
He's okay, whatever, fine.
Yes. Oh, okay. This is a surprise to you that I would be hurt by Metro Boomin leaving the industry?
Because he's one of a billion other trap producers.
Oh God.
So many other trap producers. Yes.
Oh no.
Dude, I'll mark my words. If Metro Boomin fell off the face of the earth tomorrow, nothing would change. Absolutely nothing would change.
Yeah, because he left his legacy behind.
No, because we would have a
Metro
billion other
is
trap
the most-
producers that could take his
Oh
place.
God, no.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
No.
You're telling me someone.
Fuck no.
Zaytoven.
No.
Running on the track.
No.
Mike Will made it. Any of those other producers could have
There are
could
plenty
fill
of
that
excellent.
spot.
We're in the golden age of hip hop production, and the trap genre in particular has some of the fucking most talented goddamn producers in the fucking industry. However, Metro's at another fucking level.
If you say
Just
so.
the level of fucking detail in his fucking production is uncontested.
I'm not
the guy,
saying he's a bad producer.
he's a fucking experimental fucking genius who has defined the fucking era. He's no artist since Kanye West as a producer has brought up more artists and led to their ascent than Metro Boomin.
DJ Mustard on a beat.
No. Metro,
I'm joking.
I mean, he helped Future's transition from pop rap to trap. He made that. He led to the ascent of 21 Savage. I mean, fucking Drake. I mean, Drake had some of his biggest hits courtesy of Metro. Migos had their second coming.
Sure.
Was courtesy of Metro.
Sure.
The
you're
guy
right.
has a huge. We'll look at his fucking influence. You think did Mike Will made its Ransom album debut #1? No,
I don't remember.
No, it didn't because Metro Boomin has the
but
fucking
here's the thing: is like
respect.
charts don't mean anything to me anymore.
But that's the thing.
Why does #1 really matter whether or not you're? I mean, as far
but
as success, that's not much of a measurement.
That's indicative of how. When it's a producer, sure, you can use that. You can use that
No,
with
it's anyone. I don't really use charts as a benchmark.
A producer has an album that's currently #1 in the country. That's fucking insane.
Sure, why not?
That's the selling point. Yeah, he has big artists on his album, but the selling point is him.
I gotta find someone because I'm pretty sure like he's not the only producer to have done it.
I'm not saying he's the only one, but
in recent memory,
it sure as hell hasn't happened recently.
Really? Okay,
No.
well, I'll take your word for it. You've done the research and I haven't. But I'm assuming you really like this album based off of all
Yes.
that. You loved it.
It was everything I wanted. Like Metro,
Okay.
thank you. You took the layover.
Yeah.
You took the layover. But here's the thing: as great as the production is, it takes a lot. A lot of these producer albums are usually just throwaway tracks that people just like from other people's records.
Yeah.
Like Mike Will made his Ransom albums are garbage.
Mm-hmm.
They're just outtakes from fucking records that didn't make the cut and just like we're just sitting on a flash drive. He's like, all right, guys, we'll put this in. We'll put a nice shiny name on this, put some art on it, and put it out for the people to consume. We'll get a couple 100,000 streams and call it a day. I'll make a little bit of money and it'll all be cool.
I mean, oh, sorry. I'll let you finish what you're gonna say.
This fucking record it has vision, it's coherent, and it flows beautifully. Like you could tell Metro. This wasn't like a collection of like songs that he had been floating around in his fucking hard drive for 5 years. Like this is a record that he carefully curated, put together, called up his friends, and said, "Hey, we're making a fucking album.
I agree.
This is my fucking album."
I agree.
And the results are fucking outstanding.
Nice.
Absolutely fucking outstanding. This is just the genius of Metro Boomin is all over this goddamn record. Just the fucking layers to his fucking production.
Can you explain what that means?
Here's the thing. The beat switches to his shit are constant, and they're constant. It's the little details. I'll give you a perfect example. Is on Lesbian.
Okay.
So Gunna and Young Thug, their verses. So Gunna's verse is has a music box type beat to it. So then it shifts and then it flows. It goes into a dark synth on the synthesizer, and then it switches to a straight up classical piano on Young Thug's verse.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty good.
And those are one of many examples. And if you look at both the 21,
was there an accordion on this album at one point?
Probably at some point. That's the thing. That's the one thing I fucked up on. I have not had a chance to listen to the album on headphones yet.
Okay.
Which I guarantee my grade will probably go up when I listen to it on headphones.
Sure.
Because there's probably all sorts of shit I haven't unlocked yet. But I'll give you another thing. Space Cadet.
Space Cadet was probably my favorite one on there because the little touches of the drum machine I thought was
great,
spectacular.
And also with a song called Space Cadet, he actually gets a synth that sounds like it's from the future.
Yeah, exactly.
But then he adds some more traditional piano on it to the juxtaposition between the more traditional piano and the Spaceman synth is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, and it also really makes Gunna sound even better, I think.
Gunna floats over those type of beats.
Yeah.
Though. Any up-tempo beat that has keys on it, that's where Gunna succeeds.
Yeah,
Gunna,
I agree.
Gunna on his, there are songs, there are moments, there are individual songs where he's kind of anonymous.
Lesbian for me was one of those tracks. I think Gunna really shined on Space Cadet. That was
he's
really
definitely
the only
better.
one.
I think Lesbian is good, but Space Cadet is definitely his shining moment of the two songs he's on is definitely the better.
What do you think about the opening track for me? Because I wasn't a big fan of Gucci Mane on that one, but the beat was all right.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely not one of the highlights. It was kind of a weird opener.
It was a weird opener.
If you look back on it, because it's very much a mid-tempo song. It's one of the few songs where the beat kind of stays the same the entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, the beat's not really notable. It's just a typical like atmospheric Metro beat. Mm-hmm. And Gucci is just kind of in like the smooth Mr. Millions.
I don't know, man.
It's not awful, but it definitely doesn't stand out.
He was riding the beat way too calm, I felt like. Like, the past couple of years, I've been so impressed with Gucci Mane on a lot of his features and stuff, but, like, it almost kind of felt like he went back to, like, what I didn't like about him before. It was just, like, him sounding a lot, like, way too confident because he feels like, I'm Gucci Mane, I can say whatever the hell I want, and I can sound like I'm half asleep, and everyone's going to like it. And for some reason, that soul sample at the end of the song was really misplaced, and if you ask me, it didn't make any sense being on there. Like, that little, I don't know, it almost sounded like a chipmunk, like an old school.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
That was weird.
But if you know, a lot of the songs have an intro, an intro. And
the
an
After
outros.
Laughter thing on 10 Freaky Girls with 21 Savage. After
No, that's
Laughter. Was that 10 Freaky Girls?
That's not 10 Freaky Girls. That's
Is it Borrowed Love? It's Borrowed Love.
Yes, it is Borrowed Love.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Because 10 Freaky Girls has the soul. It starts and ends with like soul choirs.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like completely out of the fucking blue.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's like violins and shit on that song too. But no, but I think that's kind of cool with Metro is that I think that it all works.
It does work.
That's the thing. I didn't think it was like off.
Except for that one part in the beginning. I didn't really care for that chipmunk part, like that little soul sample thing. I was like, that should have been taken off.
No, because I think it flows nicely into
Overdue?
Overdue, the Travis Scott song, yeah.
Overdue for me felt like a leftover from Astroworld. I don't know if that really, because you're saying that he cooked up all these songs specifically for this album. For me, it sounded like that one was taken off of Astroworld because there were too many songs on it, and he put it on his
I don't think so because
Yeah.
it transitions so fucking well into Dope.
It does, yes.
And Don't Come Out the House. I'm blowing the song titles right now.
I didn't even think that Overdue and Don't Come Out the House, I didn't realize those were different. Like, it went into the next song until I, like, looked at my car radio, and I was like, oh, snap,
what was
we're in
cool,
another song
the
now.
transition's so fucking well done, but it's so fucking cool because 21 Savage shows up in the last, like, 20 seconds of...
And he's like, 21.
No, exactly. And it's literally teasing it. And then it just... The transition from the fucking... From the wavy synth and the fucking, like female vocal sample into... Don't Come Out the House, and then
Don't Come Out the House. Yeah.
And then and obviously it's another like dark atmospheric beat, but then it goes in when 21 after the whisper part, which has broken the internet, which is I
don't really care about the whisper
part.
part.
No, I don't really care.
It's annoying as hell.
No, I don't think it's annoying, but I think it's just kind of there. But
yeah.
Good lord, when he stops whispering, that fucking like thumping piano comes in. That was the moment where I knew I was gonna absolutely love this record.
Really?
I was like, this is fucking triumphant.
It was dope. Once I get past the whispering part and he's like dropping. Yo, he had some of the quotables on this record, especially on that song.
I had to stop and pause the album and laugh at him multiple times.
Remember he was like, oh, these rappers think they it, but they really just clouds. I was like, all right.
No. The moment where he is talking about how like first name 21, last name Hefner, and then he's insulting people like his haters. It said like what do you say, like something about like Levi's, and then he says like
they mean on black people mean.
Yeah. No. Then he says like basically like low he's like Levi jeans, low self-esteem, he on black people me.
I'm dying, bro.
I had to pause the album and
that was dope.
I laughed for a solid 30
Me
seconds.
too. I was like, I had to rewind. I was like, did he just like diss his haters?
That's why 21 Savage to me is the greatest punchline delivery, because it's not just the line itself, but it's the way that he delivers it, because 21 Savage has that cold, like stoic approach.
It's like he's not even really insulting you, he's just stating a fact.
Exactly. No, that's the thing. It's 21 Savage. Like he has that deadpan delivery. It's just so matter of fact.
Right.
No, like there's no oh hey, like and you believe him. That's
absolutely.
Like, you know what?
They are on black people meet.
Yeah, he's like
right.
that.
He does not green light hits. He makes jingles.
No, exactly.
Exactly. That was
fantastic. He can't touch you, 21 Hefner.
No, 21 Hefner.
He cannot touch you.
That was fantastic. And also, I will say that he did shine on the other record he was on.
No, this is 21 Savage.
What was the one where he was like hanging from my earlobe? Was that 10 Freaky Girls?
Yes.
Hanging on my earlobe is a rock.
10 Freaky Girls is incredible.
There was a couple on there that I thought was really memorable. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. And this is another example of Metro's fucking instrumentals taking off. Is again when he at the end of the first chorus, when he goes into where it transitions to the second verse, and the fucking horn comes in, like the bam,
yes,
bam,
I was like, damn, god damn.
Exactly. No, 21 Savage, him and Metro have a great fucking working relationship. I mean, I think that 21's his last album, Issa album, suffered because Metro didn't do enough of the production on it.
Are you talking about Without Warning?
No, because Without Warning's incredible, and Savage Mode, his debut, his debut like commercial project.
I remember that.
Metro did the production on the entire record for both of those.
Right.
Now, it's an album he went elsewhere. The results weren't as good. I think they are an absolutely perfect relationship, and that's another thing about Metro that I think really worked for this project is that he got artists that he knows would shine over his shit. Like he didn't bring in guys like I'd say at the very least like 3/4 of these artists are perfectly matched to what he does.
Sway Lee.
Musically, Sway Lee, oh god, Sway Lee is fucking great on this album.
Not on Dreamcatcher so much, but on Borrowed Love.
I love both
think
those
I actually
songs.
heard that.
I think Borrowed Love's a better song, but I actually think Dreamcatcher is fucking amazing.
What?
Weren't
you the guy that was complaining about the way Sway Lee sounded on the Nicki Minaj album?
I thought he sounded fine. I thought that the melodies were fucking great.
No, dude. He sounds like more like a cartoon character, I feel like, with every passing musical contribution.
Oh, okay.
Every single one.
That's what I'm saying. No, because he has that high-pitched
I don't even know
cadence.
what he's. But the thing is, like, it's incredible. Like you said, it was coherent, but he sounds completely incoherent on that entire record.
Understand? Yeah, I understand. Like he has the.
I don't know what is going on. On Borrowed Love, I know what he's saying, and it sounds like it's like this very cool, like dance hall vibe. Type. Like, it's like if you play that in a club, you're gonna start dancing.
Borrowed Love's fucking great, and that's another thing is that with the slight changes is that Sway's verse has like this really like subtle like blues guitar on it, and then when it shifts to WizKid's verse, it turns into like strings.
Yeah. Yeah,
and it has the same like cold synthesizer for backing both of them, but like the fact those are like little fucking details, man, and it works so goddamn well, and it just adds these little touch that boosts their shit, and I think it matches their shit really well. Because I think Sway sounds fucking great outside, and the goddamn hook on Borrowed Love I think is the best of the album.
Yeah, I like
besides the 21 Savage shit.
Besides the 21 Savage one, yeah. What did you think of like the lower half of the album? Like once we get into like was it Only One?
Only
no
One
complaint,
is
no more. No,
see, Only One. No, see, I'll agree. Overdue. I don't think Travis's best shit. Only One, I think, is fucking perfect, and I think it's kind of a continuation. Not necessarily a continuation, but a nice like relative of Skeletons from Astroworld. Because it kind of has that very like psychedelic, like Tame Impala influence on it.
Okay, I guess I could see that. I don't really think those two tracks sound alike, but okay.
No, but like I'm saying, like spiritually, they have like the same like atmosphere.
I mean, I feel like a lot of Travis Scott's like a lot of his records sound a lot like that. So I'm not really sure what you mean.
Fair enough.
A lot of them could be spiritual successors to other records from other albums. I felt
I'm
like
not gonna contest
Overdue
that.
For me felt like it was like it could have felt good on Astroworld, or you could have also had what was the when he was on what the heck is the song from Carter 5 with Travis Scott? I don't remember the song. See that?
Let It Fly.
Let It Fly. I felt like that could have been on Rodeo. That could have been a spiritual successor to a lot of songs on Rodeo.
I don't think Let It Fly, as I said when we reviewed it, I didn't think he sounded like super engaged on that. Like Overdue, I think was somewhere in between. I think Only One. I think he was all in on that shit.
Okay, I agree. Okay, what about?
And it was a perfect interlude.
No More was cool because Offset really brought his A game, and I feel like people are starting to forget about Offset. Like they're starting to forget that Offset is that guy from Migos. Like he can hold his own on his own track when he's not with Quavo and Takeoff.
For sure.
He brought the hook on that one, and he also sounded really beautifully when they throw it from J Balvin back to him to close the song. I thought that was pretty strong.
No, see, only I was interested because that was I think that's the furthest Metro went out of his comfort zone on this because that kind of has like a.
It was definitely a challenge.
Yeah, because
it was more. It was
Borrowed Love has a dance hall vibe too, but this has not only just a dance hall, it has a Latin infusion to it, which is not something Metro's ever done.
Right, but he did an okay job.
No, he did a pretty good job.
I think that song could probably be a hit. Personally, I think that could be a hit on the radio.
It could be. I mean, obviously you have the crossover appeal with WizKid and J Balvin or Balvin, or is it Balvin?
It's Balvin, yeah.
Is it Balvin?
That's okay.
I was gonna say as the Spanish-speaking member of this podcast, you're gonna give me an assist on that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, So it has and Offset sounds fucking great on that shit too. So I would actually like to see him explore more.
Yeah.
With that, type of shit.
And then the closest with Drake and Offset going back and forth on
No Complaints has been out for a little bit. I think it's probably the worst song of the album.
This is the first time seeing her.
Really?
Hearing it, yeah.
I don't remember when it came. I was trying to place when it came out because I know when the album came out. I knew that it came out. It came out a couple months ago. I just don't remember exactly when. But I know when I listened to the record for the first time.
Personally,
it had like a lot more listen. Like I'm talking like a notable amount to the like if you go on Spotify or whatever I don't know about Apple Music. I don't use it, but Spotify. you can tell when the single's been out for longer because it has way more listens than anything else on the album. That was the case with no complaints. I know I'd heard the song before. I don't remember fucking when.
So, but you didn't like it?
I don't think it's bad. I honestly don't think it's one song on this album that I think is honestly bad. I think there's some songs that are okay to decent, but there's not a single song that's bad. I think it's the weakest song of the album. I think it's just a standard issue flex song.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of flexing on that record.
I don't think the beat's particularly noteworthy for Metro.
It's
not bad, but it's just
his favorite.
Yeah, if I had to pick a least favorite, that would definitely be the one.
I mean, I know how you feel, but personally, I think it was a solid project. I didn't like it at first, and I was just like, what are all these beats that I'm not really? Because unlike you, I'm not very much of a trap fan as far as the beats are concerned. For me, the beat needs to be like. Kick the door in, like I need to be able to play this at 11, on all speakers, that type of stuff when it comes to trap. It can't just be like this very low tempo type of beat. So that's why I didn't like it at first.
But that's not...
Metro does do shit like that sometimes.
He kind of plays it safe sometimes.
But what Metro's primary thing is atmospheric. Like people have been calling this like a progressive trap album.
If you want to say he
progressive trap isn't a real thing.
So be
progressive trap isn't a real thing, but if you were going to label something progressive trap, this would be the record.
If you say so, but then I listened to it again because somebody on my job told me, I told them we were going to review this, and he was like, you need to listen to it again, man, because I told him I wasn't really hot on it. And I was like, man, I don't know what happened between listen 1 and listen 2, but it just kind of clicked with me. Every single song, the beat was, like you said, I mean, it felt very like he crafted this on his own. He was ready. He knew he had to, prove something because this is the first time he's ever made a full album on his own and produced, and giving himself full credit. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give this probably a B+.
I think I'm gonna, I think that's just a testament to his artistry and his confidence, because it takes so fucking much. And also, you realize you're not there's all each artist that only appears in the shit 2-3 times. There's not it's not the same. He didn't sit down and write 21 Savage didn't write this album.
Right. No.
Metro had these beats and he's writes some verse for this shit, but he makes this shit work.
It was tailored
it's a
for
balance.
specific
No, it's
artists.
a balancing act. And there's probably 15 people appear on this album.
Yeah, it's a lot of people on this record.
And obviously there's certain people who only show up for one song. Kodak Black's
Kodak
one
Black,
song.
who ruined that song for me. What in the hell are you doing?
It was weird because 21 Savage is oddly serious on No More.
I just
but 21
it's a serious
Savage
record.
Because 21 Savage is mostly joking, but every once in a while he'll open up, and No More is one of the times he opens up.
Yeah.
And then Kodak comes in and is like, yeah, but just no, it's not. No,
I'm you have this this song about using drugs and how it's taking a toll on your life and the impact that it has on the loved ones or people around you, and how you can't take it anymore. You want to just stop and cut cold turkey. And then Kodak Black comes out of nowhere and it's like, dude, you didn't really need that. I could have kind of left him off this record. Sorry, it wasn't for you, man.
For sure.
What grade are you giving this, though?
I'm going to have to give it an A- because this record is it's fucking immersive, it's varied, and it's just a great showcase of Metro Boomin's talent. And to pull this off as a producer when it's just you with a rotating, I would say a revolving door of artists coming in is especially impressive. And I have a feeling that I'm going to love it even more when I listen to it on fucking headphones, because this is everything I love about the genre. This is why I am so fucking high on the goddamn genre, as the level of creativity and nuance in the production, and this is what this record is.
Well said.
It's catchy, it's fucking interesting, it's consistently good. I fucking love it. It's guaranteed you'll show up on my year-end list in some capacity.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know what you thought about this album. We are on Facebook always as we proceed, and Instagram as we proceed official. You can catch us on SoundCloud, iTunes. This episode that you're watching right now will be on YouTube later today. Thank you so much.
Until the feds come in.
Yeah, until they come and get us that copyright strike.
Until the record label feds come in and shut us down.
Yeah, shut us down by the man. But let us know what you thought about Not All Heroes Wear Capes.
Yep.
As always, I'm Feliciano Segundo.
And I'm Chris Maitland.
And we'll talk to you soon.
No.
Why no?
No words.
Oh, no words. Okay,
We're banning words from this podcast.
Okay. See you later.